Hey cuties, PeachY here, welcome back to a new video, and in this video we have some Barbie news to talk about from the new Barbie Deluxe style chase variant Superstar found early. First look at the new Supergirl movie doll. We have a first look at the new celebration anniversary Marilyn Monroe collector doll, Barbie Dream Besties updates, new Sugar Plum collector doll coming this year, and more. So stay tuned, like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video cuties, consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel. That way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. But for now, let's get into it. Okay, speaking of, yes, we have confirmation here that we are in fact getting a new Barbie signature Sugar Plum fairy doll coming later this year in October to Mattel Creations and Amazon, so most major retailers. She's not exclusive, thankfully, and the price point apparently is around $59 US. So is this going to be a Sugar Plum fairy doll in the vein of the Nutcracker, or a Sugar Plum fairy doll just as a kind of like other Ballet Wishes themed doll? Because we've had two Ballet Wishes dolls recently that were both ordeal. Maybe this is the next installment in the Ballet Wishes line and she's just kind of like Sugar Plum themed, or again, maybe she's a Sugar Plum fairy, kind of like to tie in with the Nutcracker anniversary or celebration that they're doing as well this year. I'm not really sure, but either way, it does seem like her design will be at least more desirable and just more exciting because from the reference point here that a plastic tan shared, the design will be similar to a previous kind of like ballet doll, and that one looks nice. So let's hope for the best here. The pricing is indeed not cheap, so $59-$60 is a little bit higher than usual, so I hope that she looks good. Then here, I'm not sure if I already showed this, but we are getting a 70cm Nutcracker Clara doll here, I guess in part of the celebration of the Nutcracker anniversary celebration. Yeah, she just looks like a huge doll in a ballet tutu, very cheap, nothing really special, so okay, amazing. Then also kind of Christmas themed here, we have a first look at the new Barbie holiday sweater collection themed around the ugly sweater party, you know, like a like ugly sweater theme. Apparently there's like a light up theme with these as well. Like, I mean, the sticker on the box would suggest that you press something and then there's like light up gimmicks, but yeah, not sure. These are just sweaters. They're not actual like a knit or crochet material. These are just sweaters with the printed on details, I believe. But yeah, they look fine, I guess. Hanukkah represented here, which is amazing. Yay! That's cool, but like otherwise, I'm not really sure. Like, cool, I guess. Moving on, this is actually huge. We had a couple of snippets and like teasers of the upcoming new Marilyn Monroe anniversary collector doll for the 100th anniversary. I know, crazy. May she rest in peace. What an icon she was. But this is basically her in the pink dress from Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friends. That's her iconic, probably her most iconic look, I guess, rivaled with the white look that she has where it's kind of like floating up. So this is a new doll coming in July, I believe, or June this summer, and it's going to be priced around, I'm not sure, $60 US. Hopefully not too expensive, but she is a new collector doll based on that look. And we had a couple of snippets. Firstly was the back of the packaging with some text description, a little bit of artwork. Then we had a close-up of what seemed to be her face screening, and then most recently we had an actual good look at the front of the box, but the face was covered up with a closer image of her face. So it's a whole mess, but now we kind of have a good, I guess, first impression of what this doll will look like. And I have to say, overall, I do like what I'm seeing, but I don't think she's better than the original Marilyn Monroe Mattel doll that they did in this dress. I think that one looks better because they actually have a face sculpt of Marilyn, and here they are not using that Marilyn face sculpt. They're using a different one, which I guess maybe they're doing this because it's a celebration of Marilyn and not a doll of Marilyn herself. Maybe it's more of like Barbie as Marilyn and not, you know, a doll of Marilyn herself, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's why they're not reusing the face sculpt, because otherwise I'm not really sure why they wouldn't use it. You know, they literally have it in storage. They have it in the archives. So it just seems weird. So it just seems maybe instead of like making a Marilyn doll, they're really just doing a kind of like celebration doll of her, you know, it's a Barbie of her, but not in her likeness, if that makes sense. Otherwise, I do agree with what people have said, that the body sculpt should have been the Model Muse body sculpt here, the curvier version, because Marilyn was a curvy girl. And I do think the dress would have looked much better on the curvier Model Muse body. But no, here in the front image, it does look like she's just on the standard Model Muse body. And I do think the dress suffers. The dress looks so stiff. And it looks so, it looks so square, if that makes sense. It doesn't look round. It doesn't look nice and soft. It looks like the materials are just so rough. I'm not loving the materials that they chose to use here. I'm not loving how many bows there are in the back of her dress. Even if that's accurate, I don't love how it looks. It looks like too busy. The way the gloves sit, the way, just some of these executions I'm not sure about. And also the packaging design itself seems a bit messy to me. Like, why couldn't it have just been like a full-on backdrop and then like a nice, you know, like, no, but here it's like a half backdrop. Like, why? It's so many things here seem random to me design wise, but overall I am pleasantly surprised. And I mean, come on, it's a Marilyn doll. Like, obviously I'm gonna get her, but I do think a couple of creative choices here perhaps could have been done better. Again, the Model Muse body, curvier body type would have really been perfect for Marilyn. I mean, come on. And also the fabrics chosen here could have been better, perhaps. Maybe they could have reused the face sculpt of Marilyn, but maybe it was on purpose. Again, I'm not really sure, but overall, again, she's dropping sometime in June, July, August, this summer. I'm excited, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see until we get actual like full stock photos and good images. So far, I'm just not really feeling the overall execution, but what do you think? And speaking of kind of like teasers and little like first looks here, we have a new first look at the Barbie and Ken Dia de los Muertos dolls coming this year. Apparently the pricing is $81 for like the Ken doll. And then the Barbie doll, it's separately, they're $81. Okay, crazy. I mean, I know the La Llorona doll was like $100, right? So, but she was like a special edition, you know? The main line Dia de Muertos dolls are usually like 50, 60. Usually they're not like this expensive. So I do wonder, like, maybe that's because they have a bit more detail in the clothing. Maybe they have a higher budget here. Maybe they have better quality accessories or clothing that we don't see here yet. The theming does seem to be like skeleton, obviously, but also like roses and red. And obviously like there seems to be some embroidery here on the dress for Barbie, but also on the coat for Ken. So Ken also has a mask on, and Barbie seems to also have kind of like a half mask. So overall, I'm intrigued, but the pricing definitely is like throwing me off. Like $81 just seems a bit much. If they're 60, 50, that's better. But even so, I do think there's just not a lot of detail here. The detail seems to be mostly printed on or like appliques. Not really a lot of like embroidery or brocade going on here. So yeah, but anyway, they look good, promising, but definitely nothing like La Llorona from last year. Next up, we have the new Barbie Deluxe style Wave 4 dolls, right? This is the fourth wave, crazy. So I have seen listings for these 4 dolls already pop up on like Amazon, Germany, UK. Apparently they are going to be officially releasing by the beginning of June and stuff. So very soon, basically. And we also have a first look already at the Chase variant for this wave, which is confirmed to be the Superstar face mold. And this is crazy because, of course, in the last waves, we had a Chase variant with other kind of like more archival face sculpts, like the Raquel face sculpt, the Steffi face mold, Christy. Those are all face molds that they don't frequently use anymore, so that's what makes them a bigger deal. And what for this wave, we were wondering, like, could it be Teresa? Could it be like the Kira face sculpt? You know, like there's different face sculpts that they could have reused here, pulled from the archives, you know, to kind of like fit the theme that we've had so far with the Chase variants. But actually, no, it's the Superstar face sculpt. Specifically, I think in the face screening, that's most similar to Golden Dream Barbie, which is so fun. The makeup, you can see it's like gold eyeshadow, and it's really cute. She is looking straight forward. She doesn't have a side glance like with the other Superstar release that was recent, which was the Andrew Mukamal Day to Night Barbie doll. That one had a Superstar face mold, but she was looking to the side. This one head on, you know, straightforward. So she is looking different. She does seem to be otherwise basically the same, like the blonde hair, really nice length as well. The jewelry is a bit different, but the outfit is the same, like with the normal version of this doll otherwise. So far, we don't have any official confirmation on when she will be available, but again, judging by how this fourth wave is just now becoming available on Amazon, and officially it will be released by June, July, I do think this Chase variant will also therefore become only available down the line, and perhaps not right away like we see with these pictures where the people actually got her early from Taobao, where obviously that's not official. So but yeah, this is a good first look at this variant, Chase variant. I do think out of the 4 we've had so far, she is up there in like one of the best. It is a little bit concerning how this one and all of the other ones except for Christy basically had really clear face screenings, but then Christy's face screening was kind of pixelated. So like, what's up with that? That feels a bit personal. Like that's not fair. But anyway, I love the way she looks. I love that they actually picked this outfit for her. I do think maybe the Millie outfit would have worked even better for this Superstar face sculpt. Like, that would have looked amazing. But I do love the black skirt with the scrunchy, velvety looking top. I do think she looks amazing. I haven't tried to get any of the variants because they're just so hard to get, especially here in Europe, especially here in Switzerland. Like, I haven't even tried. I gave up. It's just not worth it. But for this one, because it's a Superstar face mold, I would love to try getting her, but I'm just fingers crossed, you know, hoping she's not too hard to find, because I do think she looks lovely. Definitely an ode to nostalgia, and a lot of people are gonna go crazy over this doll, let me tell you. We haven't seen nothing yet. She's gonna be a real popular doll, and I do think she looks great. But I do think it's kind of crazy how so many people just love the Superstar face sculpt. Like, it's just like they live or die by it. But I mean, I can't blame, because it's like, yeah, she looks amazing, so I can't judge. I love her too. I want to get her. But yeah, I do wonder what the variant would be for wave 5. Definitely Kira or Teresa, I think, has to be. But what do you think of this new Chase variant being the Superstar? I love her. I think she looks so exciting. Speaking of Deluxe style, we also have real life unboxed pictures of the new Deluxe style fashion build-up doll that has the additional interchangeable hand sculpts, and of course a brush and a second outfit, because there's no second top. But you can like remove different parts of the outfit and definitely interchange. And of course the main highlight here is that she is kind of like half made to move, but also she has the interchangeable hand sculpts, the thumbs up, the little hearts, the little thumb hearts, and it's just very variable. Like, you can create many expressions here, many poses with these different hand expressions, and I think that's really fun. Definitely a very good direction that they're going in. Honestly, I'm not sure why it took them so long to do this whole concept, because I do think like having a Barbie that you can change the hands for, having her do the peace sign or the like, you know, surfs up sign, or, you know, like, those are some examples that they did not include here, but like that just adds so much character, so much charm, especially when doing doll photography. So I love this concept, and especially also seeing the prototype, like early concept art of what this doll was gonna look like initially. She's gonna have a different She was gonna initially have a different outfit here, different outfit spread. It was gonna be more pink here with a skirt, and I do think in some parts I prefer the prototype, like early concept art of what the outfit was gonna be initially, but I honestly don't mind how she turned out. I do think she's just very charming, especially because of the new hand sculpts. And yeah, I mean, is it a Millie? Is she a bit boring because it's a Millie? Yes. If she was Odile, for instance, I feel like that would have been like crazy. That would have been an instant sellout. But I do think because it's Millie, it does kind of like take away a bit of the excitement. But overall, I mean, it's still just a really fun concept. Like, I cannot hate Millie here personally because she's here. Like, it's still like really cool doll. But what do you think? Next up, we have new stock photos on the upcoming Barbie Dream Besties weekend getaway dolls here, part of a brand new line, including the main 4 girls. So let's take a look here at each doll individually. Okay, firstly, we've got Barbie Malibu, and she is my favorite because she's obviously wearing a Juicy Couture inspired tracksuit here, all in a pink. Oh my god, I love this. It's giving me so much Y2K nostalgia. This is just so right up my alley. I love this. Obviously, again, Juicy Couture inspired. It's also like made up of like the entire outfit, the jacket, the hoodie, and the pants. They're both made up of this like velour, velvety kind of like fabric that looks and feels probably so soft. My only issue here is that what if she's like bare underneath? Like, what if they literally just put her in this hoodie and like they didn't even give her like a top underneath? Like, that's my one complaint, is that I can totally see Mattel doing this where the hoodie is the top and there's no actual layer underneath. It's just her nude, just like with the hoodie. Okay, cool. Like I would have loved to have seen a little tank top underneath, or like a little like even tube top. Just a simple plain piece of clothing underneath to at least give us layers. But knowing Mattel, I would not be surprised if quite literally she's just bare. Like, it's just a hoodie and that's it. There's no top underneath. So I would be very disappointed, but I wouldn't be surprised. So hopefully Mattel surprises us and we do have a top underneath the hoodie here. That would be like amazing if that's the case, but if not, yeah, that would be sad. But we do have a working zipper at least. So maybe they sacrificed giving her a top underneath because they wanted to give her a working zipper for the hoodie. So maybe that's a trade-off we got here. But overall, I love the outfit. I love her little like wedge heels. I love her accessories. She's definitely a purchase for me. I gotta buy her. And it's weird because I really haven't gotten any repeats of the Dream Besties dolls. I only got the core versions of each character, and I usually don't want to get repeats of characters, but I obviously have to make an exception because she looks amazing here. But what do you think? Then we have Barbie Brooklyn here, and she's in purple. I love how usually with these lines, each girl does end up having like a monochromatic color theme. They switched the color themes for every girl except for Teresa, but we'll get to her in a second. For Brooklyn, again, she's in purple here. Last time she was in pink, and then her core release was blue, so she seems to be in purple quite often. And I love this outfit. I love the top having a little like a peekaboo moment, the camo looking skirt, the belts, the little butterfly clips. Are you kidding? Love the makeup as well. Looks very unique. Her boots are kind of basic, but I do think I don't know. I love the purple. I love the purple. I think she has probably the best makeup look as well. The accessories are cute. What do you think? I think she's really cute. Just the boots are giving Coachella. They're giving like mud boots, you know, they're not cute looking boots, so that's kind of like my only worry. Next up we have Renee. She's in baby blue here. The 24 on the shirt looks nice, although I'm not sure what that's referencing. The skirt with the printed on lace up detail is a bit, you know, cheap, but we do have an actual bow on the very top. That's cute. I do like the kind of like frills at the bottom of her skirt. The purse, the sunglasses, her makeup could have been perhaps a bit cuter, you know, graphic liner, something else. I do love she has socks seemingly here with the boots, which, and again, the boots seem kind of basic to me. They're actually very similar in mold with Brooklyn's boots. So just, yeah, the shoes, once again, just very uninspired, but the rest of her outfit is very cute. And also pizza luggage. That's a vibe. And lastly, we have Teresa, and I do love her like little sweater here. It is actually like knit. It's like an actual like sweater material here. It's not just the details printed on to look like a sweater material. Like, no, that's actually like, that's the fabric, that's the texture itself. So love that. Love the kind of like color here, theming. Her shorts are in white, but they have the red stitched on, stitching with the thread. Love that. The pockets work, I think. Her leg warmers in red are so cute. The sneakers in white are basic, but they match. So yeah, I love her outfit. It feels very nice in quality. Again, leg warmers, the sweater, the shorts, the pockets. The sneakers are just basic, but you know, the pigtails are basic too. I wish she had more exciting makeup, maybe more exciting accessories, but overall, I feel like she definitely has some of the best pieces for sure. Now, as for release date, again, probably around summertime this year. Pricing probably around $24.99, as these are seemingly very similar to previous releases. And so far, this seems to be like the last Barbie Dream Besties news we have. Sure, we'll have more. I think we have more releases happening this year that just we haven't seen yet. But it does seem like perhaps Barbie Dream Besties is slowly going in decline with releases. Maybe they're not doing as well, but I do think I hope that they keep making them, because I do think that Dream Besties have a place. You know, they usually have great quality, good articulation, nice accessories, and they're usually not too expensive. So I do think they have a place in the Barbie market, you know. But perhaps I guess they just need a bit more variety in the characters, maybe more Ken, Daisy, maybe give us new characters like a Nikki, like a Raquel, like a Midge. I feel like if they introduced more characters from Barbie lore, perhaps that would kind of like spice up the story and stuff. I'm not sure. I also, the fact that the packaging doesn't have the unique artwork anymore also kind of bums me out, but overall, love this line. Who's your fave? And lastly, yes, we know what's coming on the May 22nd Mattel Creations drop, and we thought initially it would be the Fashion Week dolls of Milan, London, New York, right? But it turns out it's not those dolls dropping on Mattel Creations on May 22nd. It's actually the brand new Supergirl doll, part of the movie coming out in like 2 months. We got a teaser of this doll like 2 days ago, and then yesterday we got the actual stock photos early from DC.com apparently. And she looks amazing. She is priced around $50 as per usual with these kinds of releases. She's sporting a brand new face sculpt in the likeness of the Supergirl actress Millie Alcock. That's her name, I believe. And she has a stand included. I think she's a black label because she doesn't seem to be gold labeled. So she's going to be a very mass-produced doll, and she's officially again dropping first on Mattel Creations May 22nd for members early, and then I'm assuming a couple days later she should be available as well on Amazon for probably the same price point, but free shipping. So yay! I am definitely gonna get her. I have the previous movie Supergirl doll, and I feel like comparing them would be amazing. They're very similar. So yeah, honestly, love this doll. I think the face sculpt really spot on. It really does capture the likeness of Millie for sure. Like I see her smile, I see the even like some light freckles almost, the beach waves, the, you know, crimps almost in her hair. I love this outfit, honestly. I feel like the only thing that they could have perhaps included is Crypto, a little Crypto figurine, like her dog, obviously. Or maybe, because in the movie posters, she's seen wearing a trench coat and sunglasses. Maybe they could have given her a trench coat or sunglasses, but nope, we don't have any accessories here, just the doll herself. Not surprising, but you know, would have been nice if they had her in the trench coat or just a bit more going on here, because as it is, she is kind of simple, especially for like 50 plus. But again, she's a movie doll, so it is what it is. Honestly, I think she's really fun. I see the likeness in the actress. I love the details we do get here, the belt, the cape. The boots are fabric boots. That's really amazing. They're not plastic. These are fabric thigh-high boots. That's really crazy. But I don't love how they did the soles of her boots. Like, there's just no heel. There's no platform wedge or anything. There's just, it's like a flat foot, but on an incline. And then we have like this gold platform that's basically her sole. So yeah, I don't love that execution. I wish they would have just given her like a heel. You know, because I feel like that gold platform sole could just peel off at any time. Like I know it's probably glued on, right? But still, like that feels very not good to me. Anyway, I think she looks great. What do you think? Buy or pass? And that does it for today's little Barbie news recap, but I hope you all enjoyed, and of course, let me know what you think down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hype this video, cuties. Consider becoming a channel member today. Link to join is down below if you're able to, of course, to support that channel that way, no pressure, and so you do not miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the adulty you love. Thank you also to my currently subscribed members. I see you and I appreciate you all so much. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time. Stay peachy. Kisses.